returning and new subscribers. I am Goddess High Priestess Empress Alba La Panthera. Get your little cushions. Okay. Welcome, y'all. Welcome. Blissful Monday to all. Okay. First of all, it is Monday. It is Luna Day. If you felt as though today was dragging or slow, or you lack some form of inspiration or motivation or and both, pay attention to what you did today. Is this something you enjoy doing? And if not, why haven't you put into effect or practice the life you want to be living, whether if it's a Friday or Monday? Okay. It's important that each and every day, because there are moments that you will possibly experience an obstacle or a challenge. So it's best to be doing something that you love. So when these situations come about, you know what I'm saying, you could get out of the way. But if you're not doing something that you love, it's very easy for that obstacle and challenge to take over your mindset. Very easy. Okay. So with that being said, welcome once again. I am Goddess High Priestess Empress Alba La Panthera. Welcome returning and new subscribers. Alright. Let me I tell y'all, every time I be coming up on, I be hyped. Even if it's a message where you know what I'm saying, you gotta get shit in order, I still be hyped though. It's a vibe. So I love all of y'all. Shout out to the members of the channel. Yes. Let me make sure. Let's see here. What up? I have to make sure our chat situation, you know what I'm saying? Boom. There we go. All right. Where we at? All right, let's get into these messages. All praise is due to the Most High. What's the energy right now? What's the energy right now, the collective? Just 4 swords, healing. Love to see it. What's this? The devil. Okay. Capricorn energy. Structure is what I'm getting mostly from that. Healing a foundation, healing a structure, or healing in order to utilize this new level, this new psychological level of oneself. Pluto direct. Okay. energy here. The King of Swords, a strategy. I just heard using the strategy. King of Swords, Aquarius. The energy is about being direct. In what way? Being direct about closing out a cycle and starting a new one. Being direct about closing out a cycle and starting a new one. Being direct with yourself about what it is that you're doing next. Standing firm on what it is that you decide to do next. Not being wishy-washy with a decision that you're making. If you're going to make the decision, because this world card is here at the bottom of the deck, it may have something to do with online. It may have something to do with over waters, foreign. But whatever this is that you're doing, it's basically a major change in your life, which means that you can't go back to the version that you used to be. That once you make this decision to sign this new contract, also contract is coming here, there's no turning back. There's no turning back. So being very clear about the details as well. Know what it is that you're doing next and know who it is that you're connecting with. Let me see. What's this King of Swords? The Strength card, Leo. Taking a risk. Yeah. Once you take this risk, there's no turning back. Hangman, the World card, 1221. Capricorn, could be with the Capricorn. Or this could have to do with your career. Some of you have to get familiar with your midheaven placement in your natal chart. Okay. Which can give you direction as to the way, you know, you can be the best version of yourself in terms of career, purpose, wealth. I'm getting leadership. Let me see. Being very clear and direct and going towards the path that aligns with your strengths. There's something here about being underworked due to operating in one's weakness, a comfort zone. There is that saying of strengthening your weakness, but for somebody it's the complete opposite. The strengthening of a weakness was actually a strength, and that what someone thought was a strength was actually a weakness. Something here is in the opposite. Ten of Wands. So, okay. You were strong enough to carry a burden that wasn't yours. Now that you put it down, once you decide to move in this direction of putting down burdens that are not of your own or for you to carry, there's a version of you that begins to evolve from the darkness, from letting go of the previous version, where you also would have to have the strength and courage for what comes next. What comes next in terms of the way others see you, which is none of your business. The way others see you is none of your business. Focus on you and the way you see you. But there's something here about that was the strength, which was actually a weakness for somebody. Somebody had this focus towards what others thought about them, rather than what one thinks of self. Switch decks. Let me see something. Where is my? It's right here. Oh no, don't go off. Okay. Oh shit. Shout out to the new subscribers. I just peeped that. First house. What people see and the impression you give. What's the King of Swords energy here? Show me the King of Swords energy. I just heard you know, because King of Swords, Aquarius represents, it's connected to I know. We're looking at it from an astrological standpoint, 11th house, having to do with a network of people, groups of people, a granting of a wish here as well. Speaking of the stars energy, stars are aligning the dots, connecting of the dots, connecting the dots. King of Swords. It's time for you to lead, though. You have the strength to lead. You have quite the lesson in terms of carrying quite a load here that obviously shows you or confirms for you that you're in a position to lead. You're in a position to lead. Are you doing something that allows you to utilize those skills of leadership, though? Are you utilizing your skills of leadership? There's something here about if you're not utilizing those skills, this is why whatever you're doing on a daily basis is something you want to be mindful of in terms of a habit, and staying in the comfort zone and doing something and waiting for the right moment. The moment is now. The moment is now. That message from a previous reading, stop waiting to be ready. You're more than ready. Stop waiting to be ready. Okay. Whew. Welcome, beloved. My shade goddess, she always comes through when I need you. You don't need it, honey. You got everything you need. Just gotta see. You already see it now. Just do now. You got this. You got this, love. What is going on here? The King of Swords, Taurus. You could have Taurus highly aspected in your chart, or this could have to do with a Taurus around you. And that Ten of Wands energy. Ten of Wands is about carrying a burden or something that has reached its final stage when it comes to getting a burnout of what you may feel is a passion, but it's just a stepping stone towards your passion, you know? You're so welcome, honey. Look at that, 10th house, Saturn energy. Your achievements and status in the outside world. Yeah. Midheaven energy. It could be 9th or 10th, depending. But your achievements and status in the outside world is connected to this King of Swords. This King of Swords is bringing forth the energy around you that shows abundance of nature. It is rich, earthy, and productive, yet relaxed and slow. See, there's something here that you could be doing that is at a pace that goes against your strengths. What's the Ten of Wands? Welcome, Panthera, so fan, Sigma, the flare. Welcome, beloved. Let's see. What's the Ten of Wands? Vesta. Wow. The goddess within your sacred spiritual center and quiet dignity. And Chiron. See, that definitely makes sense. Where someone was strengthening a weakness that was actually a strength. And what was a strength was actually a weakness. But because of a deeply rooted wound, Chiron energy, in connection to your healing power, it came across in your reality as 717. That was a score yesterday for the Bengals and the Giants game, as a matter of fact. 17-7. The Bengals and the Giants. BG could be of significance. That reminds me of Boys and Girls High School in Brooklyn. Ball 4x8. Dang, we used to. Whew, those 4x8s used to be something in high school. Yo, okay, so this could have to do with something that you're great at, but you don't enjoy. And I feel as though the reason why you may not enjoy it, it's because it's connected to a deeply rooted wound. But this also speaks to your healing power. So this gets a little tricky because you would definitely have to go through a significant process of trials and tribulations to, you know what I'm saying, step into your power, to connect to your sacred spiritual center. I'm seeing somebody chisel down an ice block. Some of you could be sculptors or a sculptor. Or sculpting something could be significant too. Scorpio energy, because I'm hearing Omarion Icebox. Or something about that year when that song came out. Some of you could have Vesta and Sagittarius. Well, Uranus is in Taurus right now, the ruler of Aquarius. Electrical impulse is connected to the nerves as it relates to a sacred belief. It's something about making a decision based off of an electrical coding. But once there's a disruption of this electrical coding through the path of getting to the wounds of Chiron, it changes the whole entire board. It changes the entire circuit. Strength. House now. The 4th house. Wow. Okay. Your home and the roots of your being. Strength. You gained your strength from your home and the roots of your being. Let me see. Let me see what this is really saying. Aquarius. Very significant. The energy is freedom-loving, rebellious, idealistic, and technological. And then speaking of circuits and electricity, okay. Power line. Something about a power line. Power line. Your home and the roots of your being as a power line. As a power line. Let me fill this out. Something about channeling the energy of a power line. Becoming more electric. Becoming more electric. But the reason for doing so is it was experiencing the complete opposite of this. Trauma led to this. Okay, so if trauma led you to stepping into your spiritual journey, it's important to clear out, you know, the perception of that trauma as you evolve even further. Because it'll put you at a peak. It seems as though you'll peak instead of continuing to evolve and spiral out. It seems as though I'm seeing something spiral, but then it gets stuck. And it begins to go in a circle. 1922, 722, 719. Something about 2022. July 19, 2022 to August 19. This energy, the way I'm moving is also important too. It's not to move too fast. Don't move so fast. Yet slow and relaxed, Taurus. Let's go here. Oh, what was this? The sheep came out. Compassionate, gentle, youthful. You are being guided to have gratitude for all that is in your life. Begin today to walk your new path. Remove any unproductive relationships and connect with your authentic self. You are a kind and compassionate person who shines. That's why it's important to really disconnect from the traumatic events. How do you do that? Well, you would have to get into a state of observing that the reason you stepped into this spiritual journey was it had to do with the influence of a previous situation that could have been traumatic. So when you're observing it, you're not passing judgment on that traumatic experience, but more so as, let's look at this as a certain type of workout or training. As you begin to get stronger, the resistance gets more intense. So when you're doing the workout and you're getting stronger and the resistance gets more intense, you see the results from this type of, cycle that you're in when it comes to your training regime. But when it comes to something that happens that can emotionally trigger you, there's not that connection, as far as there's a similar trauma that the body experiences. I'm not even gonna call it trauma, but let's, as an example, there's a similar traumatic experience that the body goes through as far as the muscle breaking down, which is why you become sore. But then you allow yourself to rest, and now the muscle can regroup, and now you start to see the definition or the meaning of the previous cycle of resistance. Yeah. Yeah. Observe and notice where you're at now, what you are able to connect to as far as information that allows you, especially if you're somebody who's going through this spiritual journey on your own and connecting with communities that you may just find, here on YouTube or whatever platform you decide to go on, and creating your own community that way. Especially if you're that type of person, it's important for you to, really get into that hangman energy as far as taking the time to reflect so you can really let go of whatever it is you have to let go of. Yeah, look at that. Bushfires, fury. Something something triggers rage, or it's a mix of rage and anxiety. Something, there's a mix of rage and anxiety. If it's not you, this could be where you may have moments of having to rethink whatever it is that you're doing in life, or who surrounds you based on what it is that you're doing. Because you may have people around you that are, in that state of whatever is in between the rage and anxiety, or both. $727. Let's see. The Elemental Oracle is what we're pulling now. The soul, passion, the roots, your home and the roots of your being, strength. You might have been surrounded by people who shamed you for being emotional. 14. Yeah, very much so. Death, lake, or now I'm seeing a 9 of Swords, suffering in silence card. You're home in the roots of your being. You would sort of, you may have felt misunderstood until the reason, this is the reason why you're here. As far as that, you know, let's say if you're still someone who is going through that battle with a certain type of trauma, two things could be happening. You're looking at the situation as far as it happening to you instead of for you. And secondly, looking for someone outside of you to understand you. Especially that second part, because looking for somebody to understand you is going to keep you in this vicious battle with self. And it's going to constantly be reflected back to you, you know, in the partnership with someone extremely significant, whether this has to do with your career, your family, or a lover, where they, I'm seeing this more as a karmic situation where there's a lesson that's being learned, and it's a karmic situation because it's the result of a feeling or a thought that has to be, you know, it has to come to a point of a solution. (2008 to 14) is also significant, especially when it comes to one's home. 2008 to 2014, especially when it comes to home. And 2008 is when Pluto first entered Capricorn. So, yeah. What else? I love that. I did all of that because what was going, the conversation that was being held within was, this is clearly showing that you really have to now start doing things. You got 24 hours in a day based off of what we know it as in a practical sense. And just put it this way. If there was something that you enjoyed doing, let's make this, let's give a real example. Okay, perfect example. When someone is in the beginning stages of a relationship with someone, right? And that honeymoon phase where you're excited to see the person, and no matter what you got going on that day, you gonna make sure you show up and do whatever it is that you gotta do, so that way when you show up to this person, you're having the most amazing day or night of your life. And by any means necessary, you're going to make sure two things: that you're there and everything that is required for you to be in your, you know what I'm saying, in your space, and looking good, looking amazing, feeling amazing. You're going to do just that. It's the way you got to move with what it is that you're doing with your life every day. Every day. Because it's also a clear indication of a certain part of you or a past version of you that is still lingering and pulling you into a direction that it's no longer conducive to you, and it's time for you to move forward, but it keeps you moving backwards. That's the other thing as well with this King of Swords being connected to Aquarius. Aquarius, when we're speaking of the body, is connected to the Achilles and your calves. And those are the parts of the body of the legs that allows you to move forward, but quickly. So when there's some sort of disruption, this is why we tell you my injuries literally led me down this path. But 7:33 all the time, and then 7:30 on the screen. It's time for you to be clear about what's not moving forward, and if it's moving slowly, where you're not feeling the energy of being relaxed. You're more anxious about whatever this is that's going on. Now, they say that this is something you're doing what you love to do, but and you understand, you know, that all things have a process, but you're not relaxed. What is that? Why is that even happening? Let me see something. Why is that happening? Let me see where is the energy here for that? What's going on? What's influencing wanting to rush it? Because that's now explaining or giving the scenario of somebody with anxiety for sure. I'm getting from that. I'm also getting it's important for you to have a break for your mental. As far as, because you may have been going through a continuous process of rejecting whatever it is that you're feeling in connection to something that is a deeply rooted wound. Why not relax? What's influencing that? The Ten of Swords. I'm seeing somebody extremely abundant and productive, but you're still holding on to some level of betrayal that puts you back into this state that even if you are doing what it is that you love to do, you're not fully celebrating that you're doing exactly what it is that you want to do. Now, here's the thing. Here's what's important. To look at whatever that is that you feel as though is what you want to do. Really sit down, take the moment to reflect as to why you're doing it. Because with the Ten of Swords coming out here, this is giving an energy of somebody doing something just to prove a point to people, or someone that said, oh, you're never going to complete this, or you'll never do this, or that's pride, the ego getting in the way. It's not your soul's passion, though. And this is what you're being asked to move towards. Go towards your soul's passion. Whatever that was that you were doing at one point, you know, that you may have felt was, because you're constantly evolving, and a soul having a human experience, you're going to go through changes of what it is that your soul wants to express in the physical. That's what you literally came here for. But this is where certain people can get stuck on a certain path, or why did you say recycling of ideas? That's a whole nother thing. You could be doing something because, again, it's just wanting to prove to people that you're not quitting. Okay, there you go. That's what it is. So, again, what others think about what you do and the way you decide to do it, the first thing you got to get at the forefront of your mind in this type of energy is that what anybody think of you, that shit is none of your business. You are your own business. Your mind, your heart, what it is that you're passionate about, that's what you need to focus on. And if there's something that you've been doing for a while that people know you for, and you feel as though it's time to switch gears and go into something different, then you do just that. You do just that. Because it's very easy to get stuck in a position and doing something and attempting to do it when you have already completed the reason why you even went this direction. Because it was, again, a stepping stone or a building block to where you're going next. Because in most cases, there's certain parts of your journey that are there to teach you discipline in the most unique and authentic way for you personally. Okay, so why? And in the Eight of Swords, 18 is very significant. Somebody could be born on the 18th, the life path 1, 8, or 9. We have the 8 and 10 of Swords here. As far as why you don't feel relaxed, look, you see? Literally what we're talking about now, because this is a card of self-sabotaging thoughts and this is a card of betrayal. Part of that self-sabotaging thought could feel as though that you betrayed yourself because you feel as though that you're quitting from something because that's the energy that people are projecting onto you, when what you were doing before is literally just a stepping stone. Well, you may even be able to incorporate certain parts of what you were doing before in what you're going to do next. But if you're sitting there focused on what anybody else thinks about the way you're going to move, whose life are you living? The one that they perceive of you, and most of them may not even know themselves, or your own? Live your own. Feel me? What's that? Page of Pentacles. I'm seeing this as you about to receive an opportunity, which is why you have to be very firm and clear, okay, mentally, before this comes in. Because something may come in as a small opportunity, but it's bigger than that. You're most welcome. It's bigger than that. Let me see. 8 of Cups. You're gonna have to walk away from something that no longer serves you. 1088. What is the sledge hog? Let's see if I can find that here. Let me see. What is sledge hog? Spiritual meaning. That's even what it's called. Oh no, platypus. Sledge hedgehog. Girl. This is a platypus. That's a platypus. Platypus, platypus. The sledge hog. Where that come from? Transformation and renewal. It's believed that seeing the platypus can signify the need to adjust or adapt to changes. The need to adjust or adapt to changes. Now, if there's some sort of change that's going on for some of you, let's say at work or whatever, you have 10,000 energy that came up earlier, something having to do with career, and that change makes you feel as though you'll be regressing, in a way that your mind operates, that's a clear indication of two things. One, it's time to go, and two, especially if they don't give you the opportunity to express what can be done in a different way, so that way it makes more sense and it's more effective and efficient. And if you notice that things aren't changing in a way for it to be efficient and effective, then obviously this is, the universe speaking to you in regards to, okay, you want something better for your life? Well, you're going to have to walk away from something. You're going to have to walk away from something you feel as though you are receiving your abundance. 8 of Cups. 8 is, what I'm saying, it does speak to abundance, but it also speaks to transformation, going towards the 2 of Cups. Okay? Of really connecting the way you feel and what it is that you value. 744, 1944. What it is that you value, and really experiencing that type of lifestyle. Okay? The Magician with the 4 of Swords. Yeah, definitely something about taking a mental break, so that way you can connect to your effortless ways of manifesting. What's under this? The 9 of Cups and the Page of Swords. So studying and being aware of an opportunity that really matches a wish fulfillment, but something definitely has to end. What's behind it? Queen of Pentacles. Okay, definitely having something to do with work or your finances, or what's your primary sources in regards to your finances. But look what's behind it. A new beginning. Ace of Pentacles and the Moon. So this energy could be getting a little bit more intense with the full moon in Aries, and the moon is not that comfortable in the sign of fire, especially Aries. And it's connected to, it'd be what, 24 degrees, which is a Pisces degree. So, okay. The moon in Aries, 24 degrees, that's the 4 of Wands. I'm getting the energy of you're going to be glad something turns out the way it did. In the moment, you may not see it that way, but it's exactly, what you needed type of thing, but you didn't really need anything to get you moving. It's just divine intervention type of scenario. Shit, I felt it too. Could feel it. The Tower. Yeah. An upheaval, a sudden change, because it's exactly the spark that's required for this next phase. Especially if you're at a crossroads and having to make a decision. What's this? The 3 of Cups. This is something worth celebrating, that's for sure. Or you can be going towards, a passion that at some point in your life you connected to, but it may have come across to others as a hobby, and you probably didn't move forward with it because of things that were being said. Let's say, I heard home base, certain things that were being said at home, as far as, no, you're not going to be successful if you do this, you got to do that in order to. It's time to quiet down all of that noise. Quiet it. Just shut it out. So you can listen to Source speak to you. So let me see. What's the Tower? This is amazing. 45. This is great. This is great. Some great stuff here. It's some great stuff you got going on. Mm-hmm. And look at the strength card where she has the infinity symbol on her arm. So something also here regarding a neighborhood, a sudden change to a neighborhood or a neighbor. What's the Tower? I just heard breakup. I mean, it is Two of Cups in reverse, but wow, look at that. Okay. So 8 of Cups is walking away from 8 going towards 2. Some of you, this is a relationship, or it doesn't have to be a lover. This could be a connection to someone that you considered a friend, or this could be a certain dynamic that you may have with someone at work. That's what the Tower is. There's going to be a falling out in this energy, which will align you towards your passion. Let me see what the fuck. I just heard a homie. Somebody definitely has a child though, with Leo energy with the Strength card. Something about, if this is about your home or family, then certainly finally being able to have the strength to release a toxic habit of, because of the title that's applied to this group of people, you now have the strength to really see energy for just what it is. If it's not given, you know, the energy of harmony, productivity, love, you're releasing it. Or divine intervention definitely is going to assist you to get that done. 8 of Wands. So some form of communication is coming in here quickly. Now, here's the other thing I'm picking up on. Notice this hand and this hand. A baby is certainly involved. And with the 8 of Wands, it does speaks to new passion, but this could be a new relationship that's going to get going. Okay, so with this change, if you've been single for a while, this is definitely going to be changing for you. Whoever this is you're connecting to is going to be someone who inspires you to change a habit, because your reality is built from your habits. Yeah. Show me. Justice. The Justice card. The World at the bottom of the deck. Hold on. 411. Somebody's going to see the reason as to why they've been ghosted by certain people. It's because you have overcome a lesson when it comes to connecting with a certain vibration. That your body literally has this magnetic field to block it out. And whatever energies are connected to what you will allow to enter your energetic space is no longer allowed. With this Tower and the Justice card and the 2 of Cups in reverse in the center, Part of your justice is recognizing why. Yeah. Okay. So in speaking to the trauma, so if this has to do with family, the way you're going to be observing to really give yourself, relieve yourself from the traumatic experience or perception, is that you're going to be shown as to why it's important for you to do something your way and disconnect from a certain way of doing things when it comes to family, because they could have literally just by being around you caused all of your success. And this is what's been happening. This is exactly what's been happening. Whether this is a family member or a significant lover, this is why you may have been attempting to end a certain relationship with somebody, and it's just you've been unable to. Well, there's a tower moment to bring justice to this situation. There's definitely an ending in this partnership. Especially if you have sat there and prayed with your deepest intent to be connected to your soul's passion for expansion, to the point that you cried about it, them tears, that water. This is why there are certain things around you that are going to end. Some of you have to become clear about that. You have to really be clear about, what it is that you're asking for in terms of wanting expansion. Don't be afraid of asking for it, but just be mindful that you may not see what's going on around you as to why certain things certain things go when you're stepping into this new phase. That world card showed up again, twice, earlier and now. What's this justice? The fucking, hey yo. The wheel of fortune, 755. You're about to get on the destined and fated path now. Surprise, surprise. You don't see this shit coming. You don't see this coming. You don't. You see. Because it's evident that somebody's walking away and having to start over. 10 of Wands, she's taking just the bare minimum, going to the next space and trusting the goddess within, or your sacred spiritual center and quiet dignity to guide you towards where you're going next. But the strength that you have to even take that step, look what it's about to do. The way this is coming through, the feeling of this, of someone in a relationship they've been in for years. Chiseling ice, working on it for years. And it constantly comes to this standstill, 7:57 on the clock. But all this person knows is that person. Until they decide through a spiritual experience or a revelation or an epiphany, it's almost as if as they're taking this step to walk away from this, they're not even in their body. They're not in their body. What's the ego is no longer at the forefront, put it that way. And the higher self has taken over that physical vessel. And this is the person that when they get out of a situation is one able to say, in leaving that, and it led me to this, which is way beyond what that person was experiencing before, and it thought that was an experience of bliss. Where they're going next literally brings them to tears of gratitude. One, just thinking about the process they've come from and where they're at now. But there has to be a serious divine intervention for this to come to play. So the fact that the Tower comes out here first, it could be, you know, an energy of someone having to go through a process of a test of faith. Do you truly have faith that there is a source or a higher power that is which you plug yourself into, but when you unplug, now you're taking the path of the ego. When you plug back in, now you're tuned into your higher self, and this is where you'll find yourself making decisions before even having a reason or looking for a reason to do it, and doing it because that's all you can do. That's really the purpose of hitting rock bottom, where it puts you into a position of this is all you can do at this point. You know? Let me see. Shit. Again. What's behind it? Come on. That's shade. Fuck yeah. 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 Whoo. Man. That's some wild shit here now. This is some wild shit over here. Do you see all of this? The Wheel of Fortune twice with the Sun card right up out. This is exactly what we were just talking about. This is exactly it. $2,000 hours on the clock, 8 o'clock on the dot. And look at the Justice card. What is it pulling up? The life force and vitality that is deeply rooted. The Sun also represents your immortal spirit now. It's literally the heart chakra saying, all right, it's time to put this person in alignment to what love of life really is. They're ready. They're ready now. So let's bring them into that space. Let's bring this person into that space of unconditional love, of experiencing a life of gratitude, true gratitude, and so much so it moves you into tears. Literally into tears. And also, the northern lights are also pulling through due to all them solar flares. So this is very significant. And this card says North Expansion, North Node. And then we have the Page of Wands here at the bottom of the deck, which is this divine intervention with the Page of Pentacles is someone that comes in with a message that is in alignment to what it is that you're passionate about. This is someone that you'll be working with as well, because this could even be someone that you begin a new cycle of love with. Page of Swords. Who's this? Five of Wands. Let me see. Magician. Page of Swords, Five of Wands, and the Magician. Three of Cups and the King of Wands. See, King of Wands and the Strength card are both Leo energy. And Some of you are finally cutting a cord or severing this cord, dissolving it as it relates to people of your childhood or a period of your life that had to do with innocence. Show me. Whoa. Something about a Leo. Or somebody born on the 18th. 1st, 8th, 18th, or the 9th. They certainly assisted you through this experience so you can turn on your power. Queen of Cups, Cancer energy, or 4th house. It's a family member. What's that? Pisces. Knight of Pentacles, it landed on the ground in reverse. A hidden enemy that didn't want you to progress. Well, that's usually what they do. Look at that. 8 of Wands again. Either you about to receive information or you already have when it comes to someone's energy, or finding out some information that allows you to just wipe your hands clean from this and say, okay, that's enough. With all this 5 of Wands energy competition, literally just seeing what you're doing. I'm getting to negate it, to negate you from, or to cause some type of static to prevent you from utilizing your strength to manifest it. Or to manifest. Let me see. Knight of Pentacles. You can't make this shit up. You cannot. Page of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, Page of Pentacles, and the Chariot. One, it could be a Cancer, a Cancerian, or somebody moving in a way that is not in their way to move. It's not their energy, but they're just... It's giving a vibe of just doing something to be relevant in your life, but that's not really something they care about. Or 4th house energy again, because Cancer is the 4th house. That's crazy. This could be someone on your mother's side of your family, on the mother's side of your family, or a woman on your dad's side. Show me the Strength card. Because the Strength card is looking on towards all of this energy that we're talking about now with the Chariot. Moon and Leo. Show me the Strength card energy. Boy, if Leo come out this motherfucker. What's the strength card? Show me the energy. Who is the strength card? 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 Chiron, okay. You either have Chiron in the second house of your assets, finances, and the things that you value, or sixth house, the work, health, and duty area of your life. But this, either some of y'all got people that you work with too much into your business, or somebody at work. Or someone you've allowed into your home. For some of you, this is someone you allowed into your home. As far as this energy wanting to create a block in your life. They may not intentionally be doing this. They could just have their own cycles to overcome. And they may not even realize the way energy works. But with your healing power, empathy, and ability to teach and learn remedies, this is useful to you as well. So that way you can manage the situation. Because manage the situation through it putting you in this space of having to tune into your healing abilities, healing yourself. What direction would you go to overcome whatever challenges you got going on and not necessarily escape it? I'm also getting 8th house with the 2nd and the 6th. 8th house. This could have been someone you were intimate with. And the reason why that situation is not going any further, they're not tapped in. They're not connected to their higher self. They don't even know what that is. Even if you do decide to have that type of conversation with them, 8-11, they may act as though they're listening, but they're just possibly listening to connect with you physically, not really on a spiritual level. I'm done. For some of you, this is actually a Leo. Or Leo season could be of significance. July to August. But all in all, you're overcoming this. Let me see. Let's make sure. You are overcoming this, or the way to overcome it. Whatever it is you decide you're gonna do that day. Let's say you're at work, right? And you decide, all right, as soon as I get off of work, I'm gonna go do this work. I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna go do this workout. I'm gonna cook and have me a beautiful evening. But as soon as you get off of work, you just sit on the couch. You gotta break yourself out of that. Because if doing those things that you said you were gonna do after work brings you joy and you don't do it, that's something to really pay attention to. Because it's evident that you're placing yourself in this cycle of all you do is work. But when it comes to things that'll really put you in a state of having that liberation and freedom, that work for you is living your life and, you know, sharing your gifts and talents with the collective, or whatever it is you would want to do, where you feel as though what you're doing that brings you the resources to have a healthy lifestyle, a luxurious lifestyle, is doing what you love to do. But if as soon as you get off and whatever it is that you told yourself you was going to do and you don't do it, for some of you, 2013 could be of significance. Yeah, from 2008 to 2014, there's something that you enjoy doing. Jupiter retrograde is bringing it back, you know, to the surface for you to see. Why aren't you doing this? Is it something you don't want to do? Or are you not utilizing what you've learned in this aspect to really build in this other area? Ace of Pentacles and what's this? The Emperor. Ace of Pentacles and the Emperor. And then the Devil at the bottom of that. Ooh. I'm hearing get obsessed with the life you desire. Get obsessed with the life you desire. At least to get you out of this stagnant energy that you may have been in. The Sun. Yes. The Sun keep coming out. Or Leo energy keep coming out. Look at that. King of Wands. I don't know. Maybe look into, you know, some of your pictures and stuff. Leo season, July, August from 2008 to 2014 and see what were you doing then? Because when you look at pictures of yourself from those moments, it'll trigger a certain type of memory of something that, you know, an idea that you had then that shit, you'd be surprised that you may have not even remembered right now. Take a trip down memory lane. I want to see something here with these love cards. Give me a second. Let's get a look at these love cards before we wrap this up. What's this? Fourth house. The same card. Some of you got to move. Or you're about to move. That's a great decision for you. It'll also have an effect on your 7th house. The area of your life that is about long-term, significant partners, romance, business, family, or love and partnerships, business, family. Let's look at this. Ooh. Somebody stuck in a love situation here. A little conflicted with either being single, situations of the past, or in a situation and it's just not cutting it. It's just not. I don't know. It's just not. Children very soon. Ooh. Congratulations if you're planning. It says children very soon. Obviously, don't meet that person that has a child think is going to fix a situation, though. All right, now. First card out, make the effort, engagement. Came out sideways. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. What's challenging is that your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. The challenge is commitment. Where we at? We're in a waxing gibbous phase. The moon is in Pisces. Oh. So at 17 degrees, first of all, that's one of that's one of the alignments, moon in Pisces, where you may want to set an alarm, okay? Get well acquainted with when the moon is in Pisces, because you can feel others' energies around you. And you would have to really decipher if this is you or this is someone else's energy around you. Because this could even be a moment when the moon is in Pisces, right? Let's say you're in a relationship, 7700 on the timer. Say you're in a relationship, you and your partner doing amazing. But let there be a couple or a person when you go to work having a fucked up day. It may trigger something that is deeply rooted or within your subconscious mind that you and your partner probably resolved already. But because this energy is there, in whatever that energy is within you that hasn't really fully been taken care of, it'll come back up. Mind you and your partner, before you went to work and all of this, were peachy. I was doing amazing. But when the moon is in Pisces, you can feel everyone else's emotions at a very deep level. It's the final, it's the third and the final of the water element, or the water signs. Okay, right before the rebirth of becoming oneself, or becoming the I am that I am, Pisces to Aries. So because I'm really picking up on a situation of somebody in a relationship or connected to someone, and you're building that partnership, and there's a pattern that tends to happen. And it may happen every time the moon is in Pisces, but if you don't know that, then it becomes something more than it has to be. Because if at least one of you have this understanding of this moon phase, of this placement here, first and foremost, anybody with this placement is highly intuitive. They know, they can pick up on shit. They may not even be into astrology, but they know certain things that may even guide them into astrology, or any type of tool or resource that allows them to really pinpoint what it is that they're experiencing on an emotional or intuitive level, to bring clarity to it with the practical sense. So if at least one of you have this understanding or understanding of, okay, when the moon is in Pisces, we can feel everybody else's shit. So we really got to make sure that if there's something that comes up and you notice your partner is, moving a little funny, ask them about their day. What happened? What was going on around them? Who was around them? What conversations did they have with people as to why certain things could be brought up between you and them? And before either of you went to work, everything was going amazing, but the energy just switches. It's just something to be mindful of. You know what I mean? Look at that. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. This doesn't have to be you. This could be energies around you. This could, for some of you that are single, this could be triggering why you're not in a relationship. Maybe you're thinking of your finances, wanting to have a certain amount or be in a certain position so that way you can be in this type of union. Don't put that type of hold on yourself, because love is unconditional. Feel me? Because some of you about to approach the one, or whomever you're with, especially if this is someone you can have conversations with about whatever is going on, and it's not put off to the side. This could be the one you already met, the one You already met the romantic partner you seek, and then you have unrequited love at the bottom of the deck. But the way I pick up on the energy of the bottom of the deck speaks to the subconscious. The moon is in Pisces. So there could be a situation of somebody in unrequited love, passionate about the person, expressing their love, but it's still unrequited. But this doesn't have to be you. This could be an energy around you. So getting to know each other. So some of you embarking on a new relationship, getting to know someone. There could be situations of the past where a conversation of reassuring is going to be beneficial, especially on the path of getting to know each other. Okay? As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. But if you or them push away from that, again, moon, when it goes into Aries, is never comfortable. And this time it's a full moon. And that card specifically in the Moon Oracle deck speaks to a fiery climax approaches. So now you have an argument building. The game of life and how to play it, however you want to play it. You can use any character, any player you want, any tool, whether it's tarot, astrology, planetary hours. But play your game. Play the shit wisely. Because you got Saturn and Pisces sitting right on top of the moon. And Neptune. The moon right now is right in between Neptune and Saturn in the sign of Pisces. It's a lot of illusions. It's a lot of illusions at play. And possible deception. Where you could be connected to the one, but feel as though for some strange, odd reason, it's unrequited. Show me this. That's a lot. See? I'm not doing the confusion. Nope. If you feel confused about something or anxious or in a state of rage or anger, don't say anything. Don't speak in that energy. Don't make a decision in that energy. So that way you give yourself the time to reflect, calm down, and really see where all of this is coming from. And as you calm down and you still feel the same way, then make your decision. But don't make a decision about a connection when you're not at a harmonious state. Granted, it could be challenging to do that, you know, because you feel the way you feel. But the challenge comes into play when the reason why you state something to this person or the way you state it is for them to understand you. The moment you can take that energy away of getting them to understand you and you just express whatever your boundary is and what you're not going to tolerate in building a partnership is when you can make the wisest decisions in a partnership. Okay? Because in getting this person to understand you, you may have already expressed to them, you know, what certain boundaries you have. And if they overstep that, usually when you have a boundary, anyone crosses it, you remove yourself from the situation. You no longer connect to that frequency because it doesn't show respect to the boundary. But if one is infatuated about a person, and this person is just an indication of a lesson that one has to learn in relationships, then you'll constantly find yourself, when something is not agreed upon before there's a crossing of a boundary, now there's a constant conversation about understanding each other. I'm speaking to relationships in the sense of, you know, the building of a union between a god and a goddess. There's not going to be an overstep of boundaries at all. Before it can even get to that point, and each one knowing and understanding themselves, they would know, okay, I'm still not in a position to be in a union at this point, because there's certain things that, you know, can trigger the person that'll have them moving or saying something. And you got to respect that when somebody's honest about the way they move, you know, and give them their time and space to process however, you know, they decide they're going to move in relationships. But that also means you don't sit there and wait for them, though. Okay. So, yeah. Because somebody has definitely experienced a lot of hurt in making the effort to commit to partnerships, but it wasn't reciprocated. You're gonna be fine, though. You'll be more than okay. I know the feeling, love. But also, Pluto going into Aquarius in Capricorn now at 29 degrees, it really does connect to that as well, as far as soul contracts or contracts with Capricorn Saturnian energy, lessons that one is learning, taking it to the edge, you know, of how far one would go to start a new soul contract with another. How far are you willing to go? What it is that you're willing to let go of, so that way you can experience, you know, the reward that also comes with the structure in partnerships. The maturity. Capricorn also is maturity. I just smelled grapefruit. Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. Whether you're with someone or not. If you are with someone and you and your partner have this beautiful understanding and overstanding of life, but you have a lot more people around you who are on a different page, it's time for y'all to retreat from them, from the world, and just go into your own sacred space or take a trip to whatever it is that you want to do to experience your true love. Now, for those of you that are single, going on a retreat and disconnecting from the world, you may even meet someone who's on this retreat as well doing the same, and it can lead to true love. But all in all, it's time to disconnect from the world. You've been in it and moving as though you were of it, the old paradigm. Now it's time to leave that behind here, okay? One more. Some of you have already done this and you've met someone while taking a trip, and this person could be the one. Flirt at the bottom of the deck. Playfulness, you deserve love. Okay, beginning stages. And free yourself. Came out of reverse. Yeah, definitely something here in regards to a challenge of committing, a challenge of commitment, not feeling as though you deserve love, or moving in a way of someone who feels as though they don't deserve love because of past situations that it's time for you to take your power back from and free yourself from this. Flirt. That's a beautiful indicator of you, you know, moving in the energy of someone who feels and knows that they deserve love. Pay attention to the red flags. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Finances and career. Finances and career. Chiron in the second house. The signs are cautioning you. Some of you have to release, you know. Granted, there are certain situations where you meet people and being connected to them, certain opportunities don't move as smoothly as they did when these energies weren't around. It's time to really release that. Release the perception of that and just move on with life. Have your moment, but you know what I'm saying? Move on from that. Let me see, what's this? Pay attention to the red flags. What is this? One more. Welcome, love. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. Pay attention to the red. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more attractive. Lovingly attractive. So either way, you are attractive. What do I mean by that? You're constantly in a position of attracting energies towards you. But again, if one doesn't feel as though that they deserve love or not aware that you're moving in that type of energy, this is why you are pulling in energies that make you feel as though you don't deserve to be treated that way. But you may have set a boundary that because of this person's physical appearance, you allow that to take the forefront. You know, and then now you run into this situation where you feel as though, you know, oh, you didn't deserve this, you didn't deserve that. Not saying you do, you know, for somebody to mistreat you, but that's usually the way these energies do come about. Okay? Children, a childhood wound has to be healed here. Your love life is being affected by children, or someone has children. Or there could be an energy here, someone you're supposed to have a family with make the effort and an engagement coming out as the first two cards. And something could be out of balance here. With pay attention to the red flags, and you could be waiting on something that is not, it's time for you to move on from. Because honestly, for some, that could be, you know, a twin flame journey that somebody is on, where it's very easy for one just, it's very easy for one person within that dynamic of the twin flame to not be open and receptive to that, because everyone has a choice as to the way they're going to move, you know, in this realm and having their human experience. Now, we're talking about twin flame or a twin soul energy. If there's still that separation, and that's a journey that you feel as though you consider yourself to be on, if there's still a separation, then it's obviously something either one still has to work on before this energy could be balanced out, for there to be, for that separation to not be between you and that person. But it's not the easiest connection, because this person is constantly reflecting back whatever is out of balance, and vice versa. But in really working at it, and I love to always give examples as far as, you know, the human body and exercising. If you work one side more than the other, you can cause an injury to that side that is the weakest side. It's key. The key thing when it comes to exercising is to make sure you're doing things to balance both sides of the body out, or the upper and lower extremity, you know. So there's certain lessons that each one will be experiencing, and in learning that or not will determine a union or not. Okay? But yes, y'all, that is your message for this evening. If you are tuned in with me over on IG, I will see y'all over there. Going to put up a message. Don't know why we being guided over that way, but we gonna go over that way and deliver a message over there. But tune in. Alba La Panthera on IG. Once again, if you're over there, don't DM me, because you will get blocked. I love you, but don't get blocked. Just don't DM me. Nah. Okay? Because I tell you, I be feeling energy. It's just, a lot of times people don't be wanting to hear the truth about what don't DM me, okay? There's one thing about me, I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna let you know. Talk to me about one thing, and I'm really gonna give you something you don't want to hear, and then people easily get offended. Don't DM me. Just don't do it. Alright? So I will see y'all over here. Good night.